What up, guys? James from Bolt Bros here. Chargers have made another signing for a tight end this time. Tyler Conklin on a 1-year deal here. Now, what does this mean? Is he going to be our tight end one, our pass catching tight end, the guy that could really go out there and be that extra weapon for Justin Herbert? Or what does that mean for the draft? Are we going to go out there and still try to get a high end, talented number one tight end in this NFL draft? It's a deep NFL draft for tight end. So let's go ahead and get into it and learn a little bit more about Tyler Conklin. Bolt Bros, let's go.
Bolt Bros!
All right, guys. Once again, appreciate all the love and support. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not. We appreciate all the love and support. Want to hear from you about Tyler Conklin in the comments below. Now, it is crazy to be able to see that we're signing these guys. And it's funny how Tyler Conklin was kind of the shocker of him still being available as a free agent. And the Chargers brought him in. And, man, they made it happen. I think it's one of those things that you're finding good talent even though you're not spending a ton of money. And we're doing a great job of getting a lot of value from our pickups. Now, Tyler Conklin's a 6'3", 248-pound tight end, guy that's played for about 7 years. Last season, he had 51 catches, 449 yards, 4 touchdowns. If you look at over his last, say, 4 years, the guy has had, I'll just rifle him off right now for you. He's a pass catcher. He could basically do a great job in the passing game for this team. In 2021, 87 targets, 61 catches, 593 yards, 3 touchdowns. 2022, 87 targets, 58 catches, 552 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then in 2023, he had 87 targets, which seems to be the theme here. 87 targets, 61 catches, 621 yards, and 0 touchdowns. And then last season, just like I said, 72 targets, 51 catches, 449 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So this guy knows how to catch the ball. He's a phenomenal catcher all around. I do think it's really good to be able to see he's got a 9.7 yards per catch average rate since he's been in the league. He's only missed 2 games in his entire career, which is phenomenal. He is durable, which seems to be a big theme all around for who we're picking up, guys that are going to be on the field. That is what like Najee Harris was, a guy that has been on the field every single game. They want reliability to be able to be out there for this team. Now, one thing too, drop rate. He's last year had a 1.4 drop rate, 1.4 percentage. That is 1 dropped last season. This is what I've seen on footballreference.com. And then he had 2 drops in 2023. He did have 4 drops in 2022. Now he is only averaging 2 a season right now. You got to think of the amount of targets that he's had. He's had a whole heck of a lot of targets. So, and he's been able to do that and make sure he's a very sure-handed type receiver. So once again, he is a guy that basically has the ability to make sure is a very reliable guy. Think of like a Hunter Henry kind of guy. Like he has those very sure hands for you. Now, I've been told, and what it seems like Tyler Conklin's catching ability is his strength. His blocking ability is not necessarily his strength. Maybe that's something that could be taught a little bit too, but he could be just kind of that Hayden Hurst type guy for us. He could be really that pass catching guy. Will Dissly, unfortunately, was the guy that kind of got thrown into the limelight that he had to be the pass catcher, and he did well, and he did an excellent job. But you could guarantee with Tyler Conklin, he'll be a very sure-handed catcher for you. And once again, one other percentage out there that I saw too, caught 4 of 5 contested catches, 80%. He is definitely one of those guys that has a very good ability to catch the ball and contested catches too, all around. So, and he actually even has the 3rd most reception above expectation among tight ends. So he's actually over delivering what people expect from him too. Now it's interesting. You kind of think about the whole Will Dissly side of things. Like Will Dissly did a great job. He had a career year last year. And if you got a guy like, say, Tyler Conklin coming in, that's going to give you basically a very reliable tight end and a pass catcher for you. You could kind of look and say, hey, look, Will Dissly did 50 catches, 481 yards last year, 2 touchdowns. Did have a couple big drops in the playoffs that could have made a difference if we just had a little bit more of a reliable hands for that position. But now you got 2 tight ends that are pretty solid that could do a combined 1,000 yards, if you want to say, easily with Will Dissly and Tyler Conklin. What does this mean for the whole draft at this point? Now, this is a very, very deep draft for tight ends. But do we change of plans? Like at 22, is Colston Level in there? Do you go after him? Is just the best player available? Do you feel now having, Will Dissly, Tyler Conklin, and then you have also, Tucker Fisk, who's, he's building probably more as a blocking tight end with his team, and then McKalen Castles, who hasn't gotten any field time or anything, but you kind of have a little bit of a filled out tight end room right now. Do you feel confident about this tight end room? Do you feel like you would go after a Colston Level end if he's at 22? Or would you go after a Elijah Arroyo in round 2? Or would you go a Harold Fannin Jr. in round 2? Or do you go with Mason Taylor in round 3? Now, my opinion of it is, I think Mason Taylor's the kind of body build that I think that Harbaugh likes. Big body kind of guy, good, reliable hands, good at blocking, a guy that's basically roughly about 250-ish at 6'5", big body kind of guy. I think it kind of makes sense that they might just go a little bit later on with the tight end position at this point. But who knows? I think there's a lot of flexibility now with this draft where you essentially have two very good tight ends that could be pass catching guys for Tyler Conklin and also Will Dissly. But do you really want that extra guy that might be able to get you 1,000 yards as a tight end? Now, personally, in my opinion, I don't think we're going to see a 1,000-yard base type tight end on this team and under the Greg Roman offense. I don't think that's what this offense is designed for. I mean, it's even rare to be able to get a 1,000-yard receiver under a Greg Roman offense, but it's about spreading the ball all around. But do you feel confident that Tyler Conklin could be that tight end one guy as a pass catcher, Will Dissly being the blocker, but then also having that ability to be able to catch the ball and do well with it too? So do you feel confident that Tyler Conklin is going to be the tight end one? Do you think that we will go into the draft and still, if a high-end tight end is there at 22 or even in second round, do you go after them? I'm not sure about that, guys. Like, I would say if we kind of pull a little bit away from this now and say, hey, we're set at tight end, our positions of need will be wide receiver, running back, and I'm going to say defensive line, defensive end specifically too. So, or it could be actually interior defensive line. That's going to be interesting. But bottom line, they're doing a great job of filling out this roster with high value picks, guys that could go out there and make things happen. And I think this Tyler Conklin signing is a very, very solid signing. But I'd love to be able to hear from you about your thoughts about this Tyler Conklin signing. Is he going to be the tight end one? Do we still go high on a tight end in the draft? So love to be able to hear from you in the comments below. Once again, like this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not. But we appreciate all the support and love, guys. Let's hear from you. Once again, James from Bolt Bros. Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.